All right. So welcome back. Again, I am your host, Vernae. You are with The Real Unwinds. Our favorite guest, my sister, your realtor, Sacramento's very own, Camani Johnson. Is that what's with the the wave? How you coming in?
Coming in with the presidential.
I'm not in competition with my homies, and we're in competition in the boat. I knew my opposition never knew me, they wouldn't be opposition if they know me. I made the proposition to my hitters, I told them knock it down if you owe me. I did the side ground, hit the building, we moving, got pounds in the 40, them niggas got knocked down.
All right. And I said Sacramento's very own. I probably should have said Bay Area's very own, right? Because you all over the Bay.
Oh yeah, definitely all over the Bay. Wherever y'all looking to buy, I'm willing to go. So as far as you know, well, not as far, but I'm only licensed in California. But yeah, I'm going all the way from Rockland down to San Francisco. So just let me know where you want to look at and within your price range and the area that you're looking in, and we can go.
Wow. All the way over across the Bay Bridge, huh? Now, is that especially for friends and family, or do you have a favorite area, favorite zip code that you like being in?
No, not necessarily. I'm going with wherever my client is going. You know what I mean? What more of a way to show you that I'm for you than going with you? I'm going the distance if you going the distance. Just stay in California.
I love it. All right. I want to ask you, what's life like as a mother and an entrepreneur? Is it difficult finding others in your field that you can identify with, since you're an entrepreneur and a mother? What's it like?
I don't want to say it's hard because people make time for what they want, right? So if you really want to excel in your career, the best way to do it is to invest time into it. So it's all about balance. Like it's definitely a juggle. You know what I mean? And I have my days where I complain, you know what I mean? No more than 15 minutes, but I do. You want to advance in your career, you got to invest time. Kids need time as well. So just finding that balance between my career and my children and just making it work. But I'm kind of at a point where my children understand it's like we got to go hard or go home. You know what I mean? I got to continue to push and excel in this field because I want to dominate in real estate. And I am. So they know it's all gas, no brakes.
That's right. Okay, I heard that. And I know you are killing it over there.
Thank you.
Do you find that incorporating them into your world of real estate, does incorporating them make it easier for them? Do they understand? Are they excited about it?
I wouldn't say necessarily excited about it at this day and age, but I do incorporate them. Like I do have them on my payroll. I do use them with passing out flyers and getting the word out there, getting my name out there, and just promoting me. And they should. I'm like, I've done my part. I'm doing my part. Help me so I can help you. You know what I mean? It's all part of the plan. So I want them to understand because I do want them to take part in this field if they choose. I don't want to force them. Well, I'm kind of forcing them now, but when they get older, you know what I mean? This is a good career path to take. So, I want to kind of show them the ropes of what to do. And if this is something that they're, you know what I mean? They have a passion for it, then I want them to go for it. I want to continue to excel, build my business, and pass it down to them.
And what exactly would we be passing down to them?
Just the skill set that I've learned over the years, the assets that I've gained over the years, passing it down to them. They need to be able to maintain it. I don't want to just give them something and they turn around and sell it just because I'm dead. Like, no, we're going to keep this in the family. We're going to keep it going. You're going to live here. Your sister going to live here. Your kids going to live here. Their kids going to live here. We're going to keep this going. We're not going for the easy dollar. You know what I mean? We're here to stand ground and keep ours.
And how do they feel about that? Are they proud, to have something to inherit? Or are they still at the age where they're like, okay, whatever, Mom?
They're at that, okay, whatever, Mom. I guess we have to do it because you said so. They understand, but it's just, to them, it's just, they're not at that point where they're independent, doing it on their own, and they know the real value of $1, sweat, blood, and tears that it take to really get an asset, So they'll get there. I'm educating them along the way. My son more than my daughter because he is older, but I'm building generational wealth, and you know what I mean? I don't want them to get lazy because it was handed to them. You know what I mean? Continue to work, continue to strive,
Right.
continue to work more and build.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, so for Ashley and I would definitely say that we incorporate Trey into every aspect of the business. We read with him, we study with him, and we try to give him ideas on things that he can do to help grow our business. But we absolutely let him know, real urban is our baby. So if we're going to pass this down, we want to ensure that this is something that you truly want to do. If not, that's okay. You can build off of real urban with a dream of your own. You don't necessarily have to teach financial education, but we do hope that you are interested in becoming an entrepreneur and having ownership and creating your own journey. So
do you guys take him with you along the way with like promoting and advertising and getting stuff out there to the public? You make him a part of that as well?
Absolutely. So for instance, we have a Valentine's event coming up. We're partnering with a local esthetician. She has her own shop. And we're just bringing more awareness. It's a mix and mingle where we're bringing more awareness to women in business, women of color. And the owner actually needed assistance replacing some floor tiling. And we incorporated Trey into that, him and his dad, because his dad actually specializes in that as well. And we're kind of trying to make it a family thing. To where he can see the inner workings, be a part of the business, learn, and still see what we're building and what we're trying to do within the community. We did have a limit of 15 spots because it's a pretty small venue, and we really wanted to get to know the women in the area. So we left the venue for 15, but then we added an additional 10 spots. So now we're up to 25. We actually sold out 2 days, or booked out, 2 days after posting the event.
Okay, that's awesome. Okay, and where is this located? Where are we going?
So we travel all over the country, but this event will be held in Wilmington, Delaware. After we host our event, we will be doing this at least 4 times a month, is inviting people out to speak, and just building our network. We'll be releasing more information and more dates.
Okay, go ahead, girl. One of many. I see that. See you out there expanding, promoting, getting business, building events. That's the way to go. That's awesome.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, we just feel like this is a great time and opportunity to, again, network with women and let them know what we've been doing in the community, how we've been going to schools and public community centers, teaching financial education, talking to their children about how they can help around, the household. We're in trying times right now, both with the housing market and just, economically. A lot of things are going on. A lot of companies are laying people off. And we want the children to be able to understand exactly what's going on. We haven't had a moment like this since, there was a COVID incident in 2020, but we're headed into a recession. And there hasn't been another event like this since 1929. We're seeing banks taking people's money again. Back then, they took everyone's gold. And we're just trying to see what's going to happen with these financial coins. Are we going to digital currency? But we need our children to be up to date with what's happening so they can understand that this is just history repeating itself.
Mm-hmm. Definitely something we need our children to know, the value of money, how to leverage it and how to hold on to it.
Exactly. That last part is the most important. They say it's easy to get it. It's hard holding on to it.
It burned a hole in my pocket. Lord knows.
And that's why we practice, this balance, because it's like that for everyone. I think we subliminally attach spending to our emotions for whatever reason. The more we spend, the more we acquire. It's supposed to make us feel better, but it really doesn't.
Is it difficult finding others in your field that can identify with what it is that you do?
For me, at this stage, I'm going to say no. Sometimes, depending on the area that we travel to, because we are full-time RVers. Granted, we are staying stationed for this winter, but we are full-time RVers, and I think sometimes it's a little difficult finding people in our niche. But it's been a little bit easier. I go out of my way to look for events and just network with people. If I find a downtown area, I'm going business to business, introducing myself. Hey, my name is Vernae. This is what I do. What do you do? How can I be of service to you? How can I assist you in your business? And just making those connections. So I wouldn't say it's difficult now. I think in the beginning, it was just a matter of finding my group. So I began going to local REI events, which are basically real estate investment groups, and learning the lingo there. I ran into a lot of wholesalers, and they were able to teach me a lot. I'm really thankful for having that time in Philadelphia and getting to meet so many people and just traveling back and forth between Philadelphia and Wilmington and just meeting so many great people.
Yeah, you know what? That would actually be an awesome event to host, something like a speed dating, but in the business world where you speed date, you got so many seconds or minutes to sit in a seat, speak to the other person about what it is that you do, pass off business cards, and continue going on. Because in this field, it's all about who you know, who you rubbing elbows with. You know what I mean? Getting your name
That's
out
right.
there. People is the way to do it.
Yeah, and keeping your name, ringing in their ear. It's not good enough to just meet people. And I know I've made that mistake a number of times. Sometimes I'll be in the city, in a particular city, in a particular area, and I go to an event and I meet so many people and I say, oh, I'm going to connect. And then things happen and I have to get back on the road, and either I misplaced their business card or I didn't take down their number. Now I feel like that was a misconnection. And I'm trying to do a lot better. So if there's anyone out there who is connected with me and, I may have lost your business card, or we didn't have the opportunity to exchange phone numbers, please reach out to me, because I'm always loving to build with other people. And I don't mind traveling to a city near you to do it, to get the word out so that we can build our community.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. Got to stay in front of people. What have you changed your mind about recently?
Social media.
Okay. What do or don't you like about it?
I grew up with social media, and I'm from dial-up internet to, wired internet to, I guess that would be the same thing, huh? To wireless internet. I remember when we just used to have to plug the little keypad in to get internet. Now it's wireless. But point to where I loved being on social media until I realized how detrimental it was. And again, there's a love-hate balance, because there's so much false information on there. If you're not strong-willed and strong-minded, you can get caught up in what everyone else is doing and kind of get down on yourself about what you should be doing or where you are in your life. And I had to take a step back and realize, and I was so happy that I did this at an early age. And this was right around the time, 2014, 2015, when I actually decided to leave my hometown. I had to say my journey isn't their journey. And if I stay stuck in the social media world, I'm never going to live in the real world. And then once I started living in the real world, I grew. And, I do miss certain things sometimes. So I get curious to see what other people are doing. But I also never want to let that affect me and where I am at this point in my life.
Right, right. Yeah, I agree with you. Social media could be a downfall if you let it, but it can also be a big platform too, because like you said, everybody is on it. Everybody's eyes are on it. Everybody's watching. So
Right.
Put out there the information that you want them to see. Like we said, constantly being in somebody's face. Let them know, hey, I'm here. I'm willing to work with you. And if I'm not in your area or you got somebody in mind, we can do referrals. I'm all go for that. But put the information out there so they know you're here, what you do, you know what I mean? Where you going, what you bringing to the table, and get off. Because you're right, it can be a distraction. I find myself on there sometimes for, I don't want to say hours because it kind of sounds bad, but just scrolling, being nosy, seeing what everybody else is doing. And I got to the point where it's like, I don't care what everybody else is doing. I'm focused on me and what I'm doing. So I'm gonna put out there what I want y'all to see, and I'm gonna get off. Because guess what? I know y'all gonna see it. Why? Because y'all know it.
Right. And it took me a while to get there. And I think I want to say right around like 2017, I said to myself, stop being a billboard and start using this to promote your platform and what it is that you're doing within the community. So I wanted people to see us being out in nature, being grounded, and really taking time for ourselves, getting some sun, some vitamin D. And it just so happens that that was around the time that a lot of crazy stuff was happening, in 2020, 2021, 2022 during COVID. And when you take yourself out of the chaos and you surround yourself with nature and complete silence, you gain your sanity back. And like you said, you're not so much worried about what other people are doing because you're living in the moment.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. It's definitely good to take a step back and, redirect your thoughts and figure out you know what I mean? And what you need to do to excel and better you. But also use social media, like I said, as a platform, network with different vendors, promote people, and in return, people will promote you. That's just number one.
Definitely.
As many people as you can, building your sphere, exchanging business cards.
So what have you changed your mindset about recently?
Recently, what I changed my mind about is just kind of spreading myself too thin. I was trying to sell real estate. I was also trying to be an investor, or fix and flip, and get everything done. And it was a lot. So I had to sit back and say, hey, you need to focus on one thing at a time and quit spreading yourself so thin. And so I recently decided to stop doing the investment portion for now and focusing more on just selling real estate, because it was me putting money out instead of bringing money in. So I had to just take a back seat on that and say, hey, not that I changed my mind, but I had to reevaluate what it is that I was doing. Not to say investing is not for me, it's just not at this time.
And that's understandable. And there's nothing wrong with, taking a step back and reevaluating your plate and saying, hey, did I bite off more than I can chew? Right now, let me go ahead and focus on goals 1 and 2, and then I'll complete 3 and 4, 3 to 6 months from now.
Yeah, especially with the way that the market is kind of shifting too. I was just like, hey, hold on. Hold on, prices is dropping. You sure you want to flip this and put this out there right now? So
okay. So what would you say to the weary investor at this point, being a realtor?
It's okay to flip. Just make sure it's the right flip. Calculate your numbers. Make sure that the money makes sense.